Welcome to IBIS 360. In this video, we are going to tackle one of the most important and fundamental concepts of mechanics, that is conservation of momentum. So if you understand this video completely, there will be no problem for you to apply conservation of momentum. Okay, so momentum is conserved when the net external forces acting on the body is zero. So that means on a body or a system, the net external force, the summation of the net external force should be equal to how much? Zero. Then only momentum would be conserved. We'll explore that what does it mean in the later slides. Okay, so how to conserve momentum? Okay, so first of all, we have to identify the system on which the momentum is conserved. How will we identify the system on which momentum is conserved? We'll see in the next slide. Okay, so upon identification of the system on which the momentum is conserved, we can apply easily initial momentum, that is P initial should be equal to final momentum, that is P final. Okay, so let's just come to the collision of objects. Suppose I have a ball. Okay, so suppose I have a ball. Suppose this be ball A. So ball A is moving in this direction with a velocity v1. Okay, and there is another ball. Okay, suppose this be ball B. Okay, so ball B is moving in the opposite direction with a velocity v2. So this is ball B. Okay, so that means at some point they will collide, right? So that means at some point ball A and ball B will be colliding, right? So upon collision, what will happen? See, ball A will give a force F on ball B. Why? Because they are colliding, right? So that means ball A will give a force F on ball B, right? Similarly, ball B will also give a same force F but in the opposite direction. Why? By Newton's third law of motion, right? If A gives force on B, B will also give the same force but in the opposite direction, right? So that means if I just take A as the system on which the momentum is conserved, will momentum be conserved only on the ball A? No, because see, on the ball A there is a force F, right, which is acting during collision, right? So that means only on ball A momentum cannot be conserved. Only on ball A momentum cannot be conserved. Now see ball B. On collision, ball B has a force F in this direction, right? So that means on collision there is a external force F acting on ball B, right? External force F acting on ball B in this direction, right? So that means we cannot conserve momentum on ball B alone also. Okay, so that means we have seen that we cannot conserve momentum on ball A alone. Also we cannot conserve momentum on ball B alone. Okay, so now let's just take A and B as a system. Okay, so that means when we'll take A and B as a system, what will happen? See, what is the force F? So this is the force F. This force F acts by the B on ball A, right? Similarly, ball A gives a force F on the ball B also, right? So that means what is the net force if I just take A and B as a system? So these forces will cancel out each other, right? And the net force would be equal to 0. So that means if I just take A plus B on as a system, what will be the next force? F minus F, right? So that means this will be equal to 0. So now we have seen that on taking A plus B as a system, the net external force on collision is coming out to be 0. Right. So will momentum be conserved? Yes, momentum will be conserved. Why? Because the net external force is 0 on collision. Okay. So that means the momentum of ball A plus the momentum of ball B would be conserved. So that means I can write that the momentum of ball A plus the momentum of ball B at any point in time would be conserved. So I can write this as the initial momentum of ball A plus the initial momentum of ball B will be equal to how much? Will be equal to the final momentum of ball A plus the final momentum of ball B. Okay, so that means this will be the conservation of momentum on these two balls. Okay, so that means, recap, momentum on ball A alone would not be conserved. Momentum on ball B alone would not be conserved. Momentum of ball A plus momentum of ball B would be conserved. Okay. So now let's just come to an example of a cannon. Okay. So suppose there is a cannon. Okay. Suppose this is the cannon. Right. And the cannon throws a ball. Okay. Suppose this is the ball that is thrown by the cannon. Okay, as the cannon throws a ball, that means the cannon applies a force F on the ball. Right. Similarly, the ball also gives an equal and opposite force F on the cannon. Why? By Newton's third law of motion. Right. So that means, see, first of all, for the ball, will the momentum of the ball alone would be conserved? No, because the ball has a net force F in this direction. Right, so the momentum of ball alone is not conserved, right? So cross. So for the cannon, right, for the cannon there is a net external force F in this direction. So will the momentum of cannon alone would be conserved? No, it will not be conserved, right? But if I just take, again, if I just take the ball and the cannon together, okay, so if I just take the ball and the cannon together as a system, so on the ball plus the cannon, what is the net force? The net force would be, yeah, 0. Why? Because this force will cancel out this force, right? So that means the net force would be 0. How I am calculating the net force? See, this force F acts in this direction, right? In this direction. So that means plus F. And this force acts in the opposite direction, that means plus of minus F. So if you just add this up, this will be how much? 0. So the net external force is 0. So that means the momentum of the ball plus the momentum of the cannon will be conserved. Okay, so what can I write? That I can write that the momentum of the ball plus the momentum of the cannon will be conserved, right? So that means I can write that the initial momentum of the ball plus the initial momentum of the cannon will be equal to how much? Will be equal to the final momentum of the ball plus the final momentum of the cannon. So this will be the conservation of momentum. So recap, alone on the ball the momentum will not be conserved, alone on the cannon the momentum will not be conserved. The momentum of ball plus the cannon would be conserved. Okay, so let's just go to an example. Okay, so suppose there is a car of mass 100 kg. So this car mass is 100 kg. Okay, and it's moving with a speed of how much? It's moving with a speed of, in this direction, is 30 meter per second. Also there is the car of mass 200 kg, right? 200 kg, and it's moving in this direction with a speed of 20 meter per second, right? So they will collide, and after colliding, car A moves with a speed of 20 meter per second. Okay, and car A mass is 100 kg, right? And car B, we have to find the velocity of car B. Suppose the velocity of car B v1 in this direction. Okay, so the mass of car B is how much? 200 kg. Okay, so now, so what is this case? This case is the collision problem, right? We have just dealt and explained to you what happens in a collision. So that means the momentum over here, the momentum of the car A plus the momentum of the car B together will be conserved, right? So that means I can write that. That means I can write that the momentum of car, I can write that the initial momentum of the car A, right, plus the initial momentum of the car B will be equal to how much? Will be equal to the final momentum of the car A plus the final momentum of the car B. Okay, so if I just do this, what will we get? See, what is the initial momentum of the car A? Initial momentum, mass into velocity, that means 100 into 30, okay, towards the east. Right, we have to write east. Why? It's a vector quantity. Plus, what is the initial momentum of car B? Mass is 200 and velocity is 20 meter per second, right? So 200 times 20 towards the east, right? Again east. So this will be equal to, what is the final momentum of the car A? Mass 100 times velocity 20 towards the east, right? It's moving towards the east. What is the final momentum of car B? So this is mass is 200 and we don't know the velocity, right? So v1. So if we don't know the velocity, we will not write the direction also. We'll just solve in this way. So that means if I just over here solve this, so we'll get that 200 times v1 would be equal to how much? This will be equal to 3000 plus 4000 minus 2000. That means 5000 east, right? So that means v1 would be equal to how much? v1 would be equal to 25 meter per second towards the east. So that means the velocity of v1 would be in this direction with a speed of 25, velocity of 25 meter per second. Okay, so now let's just go to the next example. So in the next example, it states that a block of mass 10 kg. Okay, so suppose this is block A. Okay, so the block A has a mass how much? 10 kg. Okay, and it's moving with a speed of 30 meter per second. So it's moving in this direction with a speed of how much? 30 meter per second. And there is the block B, and there is the block B. The block B has a mass of how much? Mass of block B is how much? 20 kg, right? And block B is moving with a speed of 20 meter per second. So this is 20 meter per second in the opposite direction, right? So this is the initial condition, right? So finally what happens? Final condition, what will happen? See, after colliding, block A sticks with block B, right? So that means block A and block B got stuck with each other, right? And suppose they combined, starts moving with a velocity v1. We don't need know the direction. Suppose it's this direction. Okay, so that means over here, this is also an example of a collision problem. So in the collision problem, what happens? That the momentum of mass A plus the momentum of mass B together will be conserved, right? The momentum of mass A plus the momentum of mass B together will be conserved. So that means I can write that the initial momentum of the car A plus the initial momentum of the car B, so this will be equal to how much? This will be equal to the final momentum of car A plus final momentum of car B, right? So that means this will be equal to, what is the initial momentum of car A? So 10 times 30, which direction? East, right? What is the initial momentum of car B? Very good, 20. See, mass into velocity, 20 into 20, which direction? It's moving towards the west, right? What is the final momentum of mass A? This will be, So what is the mass here, right? 10 kg. So 10 times v1. Direction we don't know, so we'll not write direction. Plus, what is the final momentum of Mars B? 10, 20 times v1, right? Mass is 20, velocity is v1, right? We don't know the direction of the velocity, so we'll not write velocity. Over here, if I just simplify this, so this will be 300 east plus 400 west. This will be equal to how much? 30 times of v1. So now we also know that, so see, this is west and this is east, right? So that means west is what? Negative of east, because these two vectors are anti-parallel vectors, right? So that means a vector should be equal to negative of b vector, right? So if I just substitute over here, we'll get that, we'll get 300 east minus 400 east. Okay, so that means we'll get that minus 100 east is equal to 30 times of v1. So that means v1 would be equal to how much? V1 would be equal to minus 10 by 3 meter per second, right, towards the east, right? So now I can also write this as, see, v1 10 by 3 is 3.33, right? So I can take this as 3.33 meter per second minus east, right? And minus east can be written as west, right? Because minus east is west in from this relation. So that means our v1 will be equal to how much? V1 would be equal to 3.33 meter per second in the west. Okay, so that means the two blocks combined will be moving towards the west, that means in this direction, right, with the speed of how much? With the speed of 3.33 meter per second. Okay, I hope you got the tutorial. So let's just proceed to the next example. So over here there is a cannon of mass 200 kg. So the mass of the cannon is 200 kg, pushes a bomb of mass 20 kg. So this is the bomb. Okay, I'm not encouraging violence by this. A bomb of mass 20 kg with a speed of 30 meter per second. So the bomb is pushed with a speed of 30 meter per second. So find the recoil speed of the cannon. So when this ball will move with a 30 meter per second, so this cannon will also move something backward, right? Suppose with a velocity v1. Why? Because the cannon is exerting force F in this direction, right? Similarly, the ball is also exerting the same force F in the opposite direction, right? So that means, yeah, it will move backward. Okay, so how will you solve this? Okay, so this was the final condition, right? So that means you have to memorize that, not memorize, you have to understand this is the final condition. Pushing of the cannon is the final condition. What was the initial condition? The ball, initial condition was that the ball was in the cannon, right? And they were not pushed, that means they were at rest. Initial condition, that means the ball is in the cannon and they both are in rest. Okay, so that means this is the example of the cannon problem. That means the over here I can write the initial momentum. So over here the momentum of the cannon plus the momentum of the ball, momentum of the cannon plus the momentum of the ball is conserved. Okay, so that means the initial momentum of the cannon, okay, plus the initial momentum of the ball, this will be equal to how much? This will be equal to the final momentum of the cannon plus the final momentum of the ball, right? So that means what is the initial momentum of the cannon? 0. Why? Because there is no velocity of the cannon, right? So the velocity of the cannon it's not moving in any direction, right? So that means initial velocity is 0, right? So that means also that the initial momentum of the ball is also 0. Why? The velocity of the ball is 0. So momentum mass into velocity is 0. Okay. So what is the final momentum of the cannon? Final momentum of the ball. The final momentum of the cannon we don't know. Okay. Plus the final momentum of the ball. So what is the final momentum of the ball? So the ball is how much? 20 kg. Right. So that means it is how much? 20 into 30 towards the east. Very good, towards the east. So that means over here I can write that the final momentum of the cannon would be equal to minus 600 east. And we also know that negative of east is west. So that means 600 west. Okay. So now what is the mass of the cannon? 200, right? What is the velocity of the cannon? V1. So this would be equal to 600 towards the west. So that means V1 would be equal to 3 meter per second towards the west. So that means the cannon will move with a speed of 3 meter per second towards the west. So I hope you like this video. In the later videos, we will be doing more examples and solving more problems. So if you have any doubt, feel free to comment in the comment section below. We'll be updating our videos regularly, and thank you for watching. Stay safe.